Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new update. Today we're going to discuss Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been relatively stable in its range in the past few days, but it's still apparently unclear for some people what I'm expecting from the markets, when I'm bullish, when I'm bearish. I've seen a lot of comments about the fact that I'm flip-flopping a lot, which apparently I've not been doing at all. So we're going to cover that today in this update. We're going to dive into Ethereum for a little bit as well, but more or less focused on Bitcoin. Before we're going to continue, do not forget to check out the giveaway. Today at 5 p.m. Central European Time, we're going to announce the winners for day 1, and day 2 has also started today, in which we are giving away 3 crypto tag Zeus. So that's going to be fun. Also, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel beneath, subscribe to the newsletter, which you can find in the post beneath too, and do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram, where I'm posting daily content on the markets. So when we are getting to the point about Bitcoin, I've been saying that I was expecting a correction to be taking place, as we've had some very weak breakouts above the all-time high with Bitcoin, and we've been retesting some crucial levels which failed to hold as support. And since then the price has been dropping down towards 53k, which we've also marked as a very important level. And I was also assuming that 53k is a level where you want to start building your swing position. And if you want to build your swing position, you always have multiple levels, and that's why I've derived the sweet spot at 47 to 50k if we get that chance. Mostly we are not getting those chances, but you're deriving those levels in case you go there. We've hit the first one. We've also been saying the correction has actually been taking place. So then we've had a minimal bounce in which we're currently moving around 56.7k. We've also been retesting 60k a few times. And when you go back in history, 60k has been a very crucial resistance point. So anything beneath 60k is not that special to me. I'm truly becoming bullish once we clear and break above 60. But as long as we stay beneath, I'm not that bullish at all. I'm just remaining cautious and bearish until we flip that level. But if you were looking for a potential long entry while Bitcoin was trending south, swing trade wise, the region around 53k was definitely an option you could be going for. And day trading wise, which I've been saying too, is that flip of 56k is the obvious long entry that you should be taking, or when we are flipping 60k. If you took 56k as a long entry, you would have hit your TP at 60 or close to 60k as we got to the other side of the range. So that's what I've been saying, but still people are confused about the fact that I'm flip-flopping a lot, which I'm not. If I'm making any predictions for peak bull cycle numbers, or if I'm saying that Ethereum is going to 10 or 20k, which I'm still assuming, or when I'm saying that I'm assuming a bull cycle for 2022, which I've also been saying for a while already, I'm expecting that for the long term to be taking place. And if I'm assuming that the markets are going to correct, that is short term. So there's different time frames always with those numbers, and you can't expect Bitcoin to run to 200k all of a sudden. I'm seeing posts on social media where people are expecting Bitcoin to accelerate vertical during the coming 3 to 4 weeks and peak out in December 2021. You should realize that in December 2017, we've had a euphoria and hype during the Bitcoin cycle of that time. Right now, the actual hype is completely gone away, and we've got it in metaverse and NFTs. That's another argument that we're not going to have that parabolic run, and that we're actually going to have another bull cycle in 2022 after this heavy correction that most of the altcoins are having at this point. So what about altcoins then? I'm also assuming that altcoins are going to fire off in Q1 of 2022 based on historical price action and based on history overall. That's why I'm assuming that the next month, or actually this month right now, is the period where you want to start building your altcoin positions. We're going to dedicate time to that as well. But I wanted to clear it, as I want to say everything that I'm expecting within one video to make it clear to you that every time when someone starts to shout to me, I can just revert to this update. Let's dive into the technical analysis of the markets right now, in which we are going to discuss the perspectives that I'm seeing on Bitcoin. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin at this point, we've stated a few important things. First of all, as I just said, the entire range between 53 and 55k is important for support for swing trading, right? We've just witnessed a correction of more than 20%. So building a position there is actually beneficial for you if you want to invest or if you want to swing trade. With day trading, we've concluded that we've had this breakdown beneath the range and we've flipped for support at 56k once again. That's what we wanted to see. And if you want to get into position, you want to look for such a support resistance flip to trigger yourself for the long entry. However, and we're getting towards the lower time frames in a bit, it is not too strong right now. When we're looking at the higher time frames, we can see that there is a very important 60k level that we need to break through. It's this entire region that we have been acting as resistance multiple times. During April and May, we have been acting here as resistance as well. During the past month, we have been finding support here many times, and now we're flipping back towards that region once again and flipping it for resistance. So clearly what we want to see is that we're breaking back above that area, because that is the final trigger on higher time frames to arguably say, hey, we're going to make new all-time highs. So that's why I'm relatively cautious at this point, especially since the previous breakdown and rejection here caused a downwards chain reaction. I'm not saying we will be seeing the exact same, but what we do see is that we are flipping here for support at 53k, and once we reject here and go there for support once again, we've got another volume gap or price gap acting here, which could result in another nosedive downwards towards 47 to 50k. So beneath 60k, I'm not really that much bullish at this point. I really want to see it flip for support in order to have continuation taking place. So that's why I said if we flip 60k for support, that is a trigger for long entries. When we're looking at lower time frames, we've flipped 56 for support, right? But what do we see? We are still making lower highs and we are also making lower lows. So based off this trend, you're actually assuming that we're going to make a new lower low, or we're going to break this previous lower high and then we're cracking the entire trend and then we're seeking ourselves for a new higher low. Very simple, because at this point we're still trending south. We're still making those lower highs, lower lows. Although we are flipping 56k for support, which could mean that we're reversing the trend. But given those heavy rejections that we're having here, I'm not making the assumption that we will, and that's why I'm remaining cautious until we flip that level for support. So as a resume, 56k is beautiful for day trading, but we're trending south still with lower highs, lower lows. If you want to build swing trade positions, this is the time. If you want to day trade, you've been TPing already, or you are in a potential short, which we've also been covering. If I look at this price structure, I think we are about to break south, to be honest, especially given the fact that we are rejecting quite heavily from resistance once again. Looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin, we have been making a beautiful breakout upwards in which we cracked this resistance point at a 0.08 Bitcoin, right? We have been breaking above it, and I've been quite clear. The entire trend, we are flipping crucial levels for support. So in order to justify or continue the trend, you clearly want to have the exact same taking place, and you want to see Ethereum against Bitcoin break above or hold above 0.076. So the moment that Ethereum is going to drop beneath this level, it might become a correction period before we're going to have another acceleration taking place. So the crucial level for Ethereum against Bitcoin is that level that we've marked here, with a potential wick towards 0.076 Bitcoin. So that's the update for today. Later today we're going to discuss longer cycles. Why are we expecting another year of bull cycle to be taking place for the markets? I hope you have enjoyed this update. I'll be back later today. Don't forget to subscribe beneath and I'll see you again soon.